I feel fairly confident that we can complete the ship and be ready for a launch in about 5 years. So then in 2024, we want to try to fly 4 ships, 2 cargo and 2 crew.
In a world hell-bent on finding new frontiers, there's one wild vision stealing the show: colonizing Mars. It's not just your run-of-the-mill sci-fi flick, it's a dream that's tiptoeing closer to reality thanks to the likes of Elon Musk. Back in 2016, Musk boldly claimed we'd be shipping humans off to the Red Planet by 2024. Fast forward 8 years to 2024, and here we are, itching to know, are we really about to launch our fellow Earthlings to Mars this year? But hold your horses, folks. Before we start booking tickets to the Martian neighborhood, let's ponder a few things. Why Mars? How on Earth? Mars. Are we going to pull off this cosmic stunt? And perhaps most importantly, do you fancy being one of the pioneer Martians in human history? Now, the trek to Mars isn't just some ordinary sightseeing tour. It's like humanity's giant leap for mankind, but on interstellar steroids. Picture this: fleets of spacecraft zipping back and forth between Earth and Mars, turning the rusty old planet into a buzzing metropolis. It's like Mars, the next big hot spot. But hold on to your space helmets, because the biggie is, how the heck do we make this cosmic dream a real-life thing? What kind of mind-blowing tech wizardry and out-of-this-world strategies are going to pave our path to Mars?
Well, at first, you would have to have a life support system, because Mars has a low-density atmosphere, only about 1% the density of Earth, and it's primarily CO2. Now, over time, you can terraform Mars. Terraform means make it like Earth, essentially. And if you warm Mars up, there's a bunch of frozen CO2 that will evaporate, densify the atmosphere, and you'd actually want kind of global warming on Mars.
Well, that shouldn't be a hurdle for us at all. I mean, considering our stellar track record with handling global warming, we could just unleash Greta Thunberg's evil twin to tackle that issue head-on. Allow me to introduce you to Griselda Thunberg, the wicked alter ego of Greta Thunberg. Griselda is a flamboyant advocate for extravagance and over-the-top living, believing that everyone should dive into luxury without batting an eye at environmental repercussions. She parades her lavish lifestyle, urging folks to roll in Lamborghinis, soar in private jets, and nestle in palatial mansions, all while chuckling at concerns about climate change. Griselda's mission: to champion a universe of opulence and abundance, where personal pleasure reigns supreme, regardless of the planet's well-being. Watch out, Mars. Griselda's coming your way.
Mars is about 50% further away from the Sun than the Earth, so it gets about less than half the solar energy that Earth does. It appears highly likely that Mars had liquid oceans, albeit a long time ago. There's a lot of ice. Mars is covered in ice, and now the ice is then covered in dust for the mostly, except at the poles. There's a lot of ice. In fact, I believe if Mars was warmed up, you'd have an ocean about a mile deep on 40% of the planet. So it's quite a lot of water. The evidence suggests that it is most likely that Mars had liquid water. Just over time, the solar system cooled. So Earth used to be much hot. In the very early Earth was like molten rock. We're still mostly a wall of lava, a thin crust on liquid rock.
Understanding Mars goes beyond just fantasizing about terraforming. This captivating planet, with its epic canyons, towering volcanoes, and enigmatic ancient riverbeds, offers us a cosmic time capsule. Its geological narrative could unlock secrets about how planets evolve and the conditions that nurture life. What if Mars holds the key to unraveling life's origins, or foretelling the destiny of our own blue orb? Imagine stumbling upon fossils or microbial critters, proving we're not cosmic loners after all. The potential for scientific epiphanies knows no bounds. But what's the big deal about Mars anyway? Is it about quenching our thirst for knowledge, ensuring humanity's survival, or simply conquering a seemingly insurmountable challenge?
The Mars thing is really, like, if you say what is going to be really important to the preservation of of civilization or life as we know it, more than just humanity, because of course we would bring life as we know it to Mars. And there's no life that we can detect on the surface of Mars. There may be some subterranean bacterial life, but on the surface there isn't anything. So this would be the extension of life to another planet, or life as we know it to another planet. I think it's important that we become a multi-planet species, not a single planet species, but on another planet. Really, it's like, what kind of future do you want to have? Do you want to have a future where we are forever confined to one planet, or one where we are out there exploring the stars and on many planets? And I think the latter one is far more exciting and inspiring, because the former is basically waiting around until some extinction event. Because eventually there will be one. And it might be quite far in the future, but it also might not be far in the future.
Musk's take spins a captivating yarn about where humanity fits in the cosmic jigsaw puzzle. To him, colonizing Mars isn't merely a scientific jaunt, it's a pivotal move for ensuring life's longevity as we know it. This vision isn't just about poking around, it's about safeguarding the very essence of consciousness and existence. Musk reckons that a multiplanetary lifestyle isn't a luxury, but a necessity. However, amidst this epic saga of cosmic expansion, one of Musk's eyebrow-raising proposals steals the spotlight: the notion of setting off a nuclear fireworks display on Mars. Now, why in the universe would Musk suggest such a radical idea? What's the potential upside, and more importantly, the cosmic risks of wielding nuclear power in this manner? And how does this mushroom cloud-sized notion fit into the broader scheme of making Mars a cozy home for humanity?
The sun is a fusion explosion. That's what the sun is. It's an ongoing fusion explosion. So if you wanted to warm up Mars, really the source of almost all energy in the universe is fusion. Even fission is, originally there was fusion, and then that then later resulted in fission. What I was really talking about is creating two little suns, two pulsing suns above the north and south pole of Mars that would warm the poles up enough so that the frozen CO2 would gasify and densify the atmosphere. Some of the water would also heat up, and you'd have sort of more water vapor and CO2 in the Martian atmosphere, which in that case is good because the CO2 ends up warming Mars up. And so you get a positive sort of reaction, like it's a positive cycle of warming on Mars.
Tapping into the fiery realm of nuclear fusion to craft our very own mini-suns sounds like a plot ripped straight from a sci-fi novel, but it embodies the audacity needed for the Mars colonization gig. This ingenious strategy could flip the Martian thermostat, possibly cozying up the planet for future inhabitants. With these mind-blowing concepts revving up, the buzz for a manned Mars mission hits fever pitch. So the burning question persists: when do we pop the champagne and welcome the first human boot prints on Martian soil?
Best case is about 5 years, worst case 10 years.
So, as much as some of us are itching to bid farewell to our dear old Earth, it seems like 2024 isn't quite the ticket out yet. Sorry folks, but it looks like we'll be grounded for another 5 to 10 years or so. The main snag in our grand Martian escape plan? Well, it's mostly a matter of dollars and cents, the hefty price tag of hitching a ride to the red planet. Elon and the SpaceX crew are hustling as fast as their rockets allow, but we're not quite ready to blast off just yet.
Starship is the most complex and advanced rocket that's ever been made. It's really next level. And the fundamental optimization of Starship is minimizing cost per ton to orbit and ultimately cost per ton to the surface of Mars. This may seem like a mercantile objective, but it is actually the thing that needs to be optimized. There is a certain cost per ton to the surface of Mars where we can afford to establish a self-sustaining city, and then above that we cannot afford to do it. So right now you couldn't fly to Mars for $1 trillion. No amount of money could get you a ticket to Mars. So we need to get that above, to get that something that is actually possible at all. We don't just want to have, with Mars, flags and footprints and then not come back for a half century like we did with the moon. Because you don't just need the rocket and the launch and everything. You need heat shield, you need guidance system, you need deep space communications, you need some kind of landing system. Rough approximation would be $1 billion per ton to the surface of Mars right now. This is obviously way too expensive to create a self-sustaining civilization. The self-sustaining part is important. Like, it's just the key threshold. The great filter will have been passed when the city on Mars can survive even if the spaceships from Earth stop coming for any reason.